Welcome to the video illustration entitled Overcoming Resistance to Growth. Hi, my name is David Hanson, and this is part of the confidence course offered by LifePsych Academy. I'm assuming that you've downloaded this illustration so that you can follow along and take notes as I go through it. This illustration strives to answer three important questions. 1. Why is it so hard to change? 2. Why is it worth doing? And 3. How you can actually make changes. In previous lessons, we've talked about nature and nurture and how combined with the human creative power, you are able to create some habit patterns. And those habit patterns influence our current behavior, and how we're behaving currently influences our espoused ideas and attitudes. This influences the decisions that we make. Those decisions have consequences, and we end up with results. Now, we might be happy about most of our results, but in terms of the growth mentality and the growth mindset, it's always important to think about how can we get even better results. And in the context of this course, the main question is, how can we strengthen our sense of confidence and weaken the sense of self-doubt? Now, one of the things that you might do is you might say, I'm going to make a different decision. So you make a different decision, it gets some different consequences, and at least in the short term, you end up with some different results. But as you know, the power of this pattern, the power of this history overwhelms these decisions and these results. And so after a few days or maybe a week or so, we're right back where we started from. So now you get serious, and now you're going to get an attitude adjustment, or you're going to read a book, or you're going to go to a workshop, or you're going to do something fundamental and really change your thoughts and attitudes about things, and that ends up getting you some different decisions, and you end up with some different consequences, and you end up with some different results. But as you know, the power of these patterns overwhelms these attitudes and decisions and these results in a couple of weeks or in a month or two. So, what's the solution? Well, you need to take some of these new ideas and some of these new attitudes and put them into action. Put them into your current behavior, and you need to do this again and again and again in order to make a difference. Now, as soon as you do that, something very fundamental happens. Your history, which is very powerful, and how you feel, your feelings in that history, runs right into your vision and your choices. And this is where the immovable object meets the irresistible force. This is why it's hard to do. But there's a second problem, and that is you don't get anything for it. The solution, of course, is to continue with your action steps so that you're creating some different habit patterns. And these new habits will then compete with your old habits, and you'll begin to change this system in a very fundamental way. Again, using your creative human power, you'll begin to change these patterns so you get the results that you're looking for. The main point of this illustration is to build confidence You must engage new action steps repeatedly, and ultimately you'll be rewarded for it. Thanks for listening.